Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of FTB. Right, as I said in the previous episode, this episode I'm going to be upgrading my power system because steam engines are no good. Or, well, they were, but they won't be. I need more power to get my magma crucible up to speed and anything else that I'm going to run later on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to build myself a force engine system down in the basement, going straight into a redstone energy cell, which can then be used to store any extra power for powering all my machines upstairs. Now let's start building the things I need. Now first thing I'm going to want to do is to build a redstone energy cell, because that's going to be quite useful and quite important. Fair few materials involved, I'll run through it as I go. But first things first, I need to make an empty frame. Now what I need for this is 4 electrum ingots, which I'm going to have to make a few. I might even need a few more materials. Grab. Yeah, because what you need is gold and silver dust, and you get 2 ingots for each piece of gold and each piece of silver, so you get the same amount of bars back as you're putting in, just as electrum. So what I'll do is mix that in my hand, get 4 electrum, which I can then stick in my furnace. While that's running, I will mix up the rest of this because I'll need that later on, and that'll be my electrum. There we go. As well as that, I will need. Come on, there we go. I need to. I've got to remind myself of what we've gone. There you go. 4 hardened glass, a diamond, and the electrum ingots. So I'm going to bung my electrum ingots around the edge like that, diamond in the middle, some of that around there. Gives me my frame. Now that's the first step. Now the next thing you have to do is fill that frame with redstone. Now this is where more power would be nice, but I'll start going now. By the time we get to it, it'll be done. So 40 redstone, you get 100 millibuckets per redstone. So that'll give me 4,000 millibuckets eventually. And once that's done, oh, I think it's 4,000 millibuckets. We'll have to check if that actually comes out right. Because you need 4,000 millibuckets of redstone to fill this frame. Now while I'm waiting for that, let's do the other things I need. I'm also going to need, that's my phone, excuse that. I'm also going to need some more hardened glass, because I'm going to need to run liquiducts. Liquiducts are basically an alternative to these pipes behind here, these water pipes. Liquiducts again are more efficient, much better to use, and I prefer them overall. So I'm going to use liquiducts. So I'm going to produce liquiducts, copper either side, hardened glass middle. And now the hardened glass, if you remember rightly, was obsidian and lead. I think it's 2 obsidian and 1 lead in the induction smelter. So there we go. We've got liquiducts, which I'm going to need later on. Is that done yet? Last piece. There we go. Have we got the number I thought in here? Yes, there we go. 4,000 millibuckets. Now if I chuck that in there, should take it away and fill it, which is good. While that's filling, I'm going to build the force engines. Now force engines require force ingots, which are made using force gems. So you bung your force gems in there and you bung iron either side like that, and you basically convert your iron using the force gem into force ingots. So there we go, there's a use for your force gems initially. And then I need to do a few things. I need to make pistons for the engines. So I'll do that first, which is nice and easy. Pistons, everyone knows how to make a piston. Well, if you don't by now, you should. Once you've got your pistons, you need to make some gears. I'm going to make 2 engines, so I need 4 gears. I need to upgrade them to cobblestone. I need more cobblestone. Another 8. Okay. Misjudged my cobblestone there majorly. And maths, not my forte. Need them, and then you take the stone gears and you upgrade them again, this time with your force ingots. 1, 2, 3, 4 force ingots. Right, next piece, or next thing to do is take your pistons, your force gears, 2 bits of glass, 2 ingots on each of these blocks at the top. There you go, force engines. So I've got my force engines, I've got my liquid pipes, I've got power pipes, I need my filled frame, and then with my filled frame I need more electrum, so I'll cook that up, and I need 2 more redstone as well. Because what you have to do next, you need to make a redstone conductance coil, which is the same recipe as as all the other coils. In fact, there's like 3 or 4 different coils. This one using an electrum ingot, and I need to play, I think it's them, something like that, is it? There you go. Electrum ingots across those 3, the filled frame in the middle, a conductance coil there, and lead either side. Gives us a redstone energy cell, and those are the basic building blocks for my new power system, I believe. We'll soon find out. I think that's all of it. I don't normally do it like this. I normally just build the bits as I need them. Doing it all at once, I probably will forget things. Actually, what I do need to do, I'm going to pick up all these machines and everything and get this all out of the way so I can reorganise things. Break these engines. Bam. Pick up everything. Shift click or shift right click to pick all of that up. Shift right click to pick up all these machines. Shift right click to pick these ones up. Shift right click that one. There we go. I'm going to get rid of this. Get rid of these. Just clear the whole lot out. I'm going to pick up that, but I'm going to need more buckets. I want to hold on to 2 because I'll need those downstairs. I've got another bucket somewhere else, so just the 1. Pick up bucket. I'm going to fill in the hole because I don't like holes. There we go. Get rid of that hole. I should have another bucket of water somewhere there. Yeah. Bucket of water. We need those in a bit. Okay. Right. Let's start by going downstairs and laying out the beginnings of my power system. Actually, I'll take that wood with me. I will fill in some holes and things as I go. I'm not carrying an axe, so I'll have to break these by hand, which is noobish. Just to get them. Left my axe upstairs. I could go get it. By the time I've done that, though, I'll have finished doing this anyway. There we go. And what I'll do is I'll run a power line straight up here. So I'll break that block and I can run the power up here. So the power's going to come down there. Now, to start off with, I reckon, this room's not symmetrical, which is annoying because I like to have my things symmetrical. But never mind. I'll place my redstone energy cell against that there. Then I'm going to do some lines off of that. So this is all preference. I like to lay things out certain ways. You kind of play around how you want it, really. I'm going to have to come. Actually, what I can do is I can place one of these force engines there, and I'll place one there. And you need to make sure all these things are the right way. So these need to pump out, that needs to go in, that needs to go out. That's easy enough. And then we need to get water, or we need to get a coolant and a fuel to each of these engines. So what I'll do first, I'm going to place my aqueous accumulator in the floor, I reckon, for now. I'll probably change all this at a later date. So I can run. I'm just going to plonk it down here just for the sake of ease at the moment. Setting up. And for neatness, I'm going to put wood down here. There you go. Bit of copper there I missed. Oh well. And then I want my aqueous accumulator from before. Plonk that in there with a pipe coming out the top. And what I'll do is I'll just run that like that. And then I can put these buckets of water back. Just like that. And that should, all things going well, start pumping water into these engines. So there we go. We've got a coolant. It's not the most efficient. Water is a basic coolant. You can use other things. Milk is a good one. Easily produced and does a nice cooling effect. You can do crushed ice. That's a more awkward one. Bees, for example, can produce crushed ice from their combs. That's one way to go. There's a few other things as well. And how these work, basically you have a standard MJ per tick and a throttle. The MJ per tick is distinguished by the type of fuel you're using. I think force is the most powerful but burns quickly. The most efficient is fuel, refined fuel. The next one down that I tend to go for if I get a good farm up is biofuel, because biofuel is easily produced and is renewable, so it can last forever, and you can just set up your engines with this biofuel and they can run forever. You don't have to turn them off, you don't have to mess about, whereas if you've got fuel you could run out of oil. It's difficult to, because it is very efficient and it will last a long time. But anyway, so that's what decides your MJ per tick, and then the throttle is a multiplier. So depending on what throttle you're using, what coolant, will change the times value of the throttle. So what I'll do is I'll get this set up and we can see the values then, because they're not actually showing. So there we go. Okay, so that's water. I think what I might do for now is up here I've got my miscellaneous chest, which is this one. I've got some buckets of force that I've found in chests in dungeons, and what I can do, which I'll just use one in each engine for now. I want some levers, so I can turn the engines on and off. I'll just stick a bucket of force in each engine, like so, and then I'll stick a block there, bung that on there, which can turn the engines on. There we go. But I won't run them yet because I need to connect the pipes up. Actually, no, wait, no, that's a lie. I will connect it up, or it is connected up to this redstone energy cell. So what I can do, I can turn that on, they'll run. They're running at 8 MJ a tick. They're getting 4 MJ a tick from the liquid force, and then they've got a throttle of 2, which times the 4 by 2, which gives you a total MJ per tick output of 8, which is, in my opinion, really good. But fuel and biofuel will give you less. But if you use biofuel milk, say, you'll get about 5 MJ a tick, and it's really easy to sustain. I quite like doing it that way. So here we go. This is now going to start building up, and there we have my power generation and a storage system. And then all I have to do is run this cable upstairs, connect it up to all my machines again, and we'll have a nice, stable, pretty powerful source of power. So there we go, do that, bring my machines down. In fact, I can probably run this all the way along that wall, like so. I'm going to put my magma crucible at the end, liquid transposer next to it. I'm going to put a pulverizer here, furnace up here, induction smelter down the end. And what I'll probably do is I'll get more furnaces, more pulverizers down here, because you get lots of materials later on, and it's nice to have multiple. Well, for now, it's nice to have multiple initially so that I can just grind my way through it quite quickly. But later on, I'll just set up a factory somewhere that can do it automatically over time, so I don't need it to be quick. And there we have my new power system. All these machines are getting power again. The magma crucible's already up to 15,000. That's how much more powerful the force engines are. Way better than using the steam. And that is an easy made, expandable power system, because all you have to do is extend this up like so, bung more engines on. You can have two that side, another on this side. What I will need to do at some point though, I need to actually get a sustained fuel source, because these are currently running off buckets which will run out. What I'll need to do is take my liquid ducts and pipe in directly a fuel source, and what I'll probably want to do is go find some oil which I can then refine into fuel, and I can use the fuel in these until I get a biofuel set up, possibly. If I can find a good source of oil, I'll use that, but otherwise I'll go for the biofuel, because it is renewable and it won't run out once it's set up, so that's useful. Okay, so I'm going to go look for fuel, or oil, to make fuel, When I get back, if I've got time, I'll set up a quick refinery just to start doing it, and then I'll have a stable fuel system. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I went out, I found some oil, then I remembered I've got to get that oil back somehow. So actually, I came back, I decided I worked out there's two ways I like to use to transport liquids from an oil well or any other source back to my house. And you can either use an ender tank, which requires nether materials, not too bad in my opinion, I don't mind going to the nether, or you build liquid tesseracts, which are part of this whole thermal expansion mod, but they require a lot of ender pearls, and to be honest I thought it'd be easier to go to the nether. So I went to the nether, I did a bit of killing, gathered some blaze rods. I need to make 2 tanks, so I need 4 blaze rods for each. I need to do a few other things as well. I need particular coloured dyes, I need ender pearls, I need all sorts of things. And the easiest way to get those without going out and actually killing enders to get the enderman, to get the ender pearls, or what you can do is this. If I can remember the actual pattern, it's like that. Oh, hang on, I need to turn this cobblestone to stone first. So I need to do that. I don't need those, I don't know where they came from. I think I stuck. Oh, I know what I did. That's the pulverizer, isn't it? That's why. That's me being clever. There you go. What I need to do is furnace, turning that into gravel things. Need some stone, and then what I can do is I can combine the stone, iron, and gold to make an inert stone, which is the first step towards making what I want, which is an inert stone, minium stone, which you need these shards of minium, which you get from killing mobs, and I've just about got enough, luckily. And with this minium stone, what I can do, if I stick the minium stone there, see, if I put 1 in, 1 iron, I get clay. If I put 2 iron in, I don't get anything. If I put 3, I don't get anything. If I put 4 in, I get an ender pearl. For the ender tanks, I need an ender pearl per thing, so I'll make 2 ender pearls for my tank. I also need cauldrons. I need 2 cauldrons, so I can make 2 cauldrons, 1 for each tank. I need wool, which I don't think I've got any, but I can make some with this string. It's not the best way for. Oh, it's not the best way for doing wool. There we go. 4 wool. 1, 2. I need 2 wool. I can put that away. And finally, I need 2 obsidian, which can be made by grabbing. I need 4 obsidian, so I need 4 logs. Stick the minium stone in, logs. You need basically 2 like that. Then you can make obsidian. How much was it? I need 2 per thing, so I need another 4, like so. Minium stone. Give me another 2 obsidian. It's a lot easier than going and mining it. There's other ways of doing it, but for now that's the easiest way. So there we go. And what I also want to do, I want to colour code this wool. Now on my server that I'm playing on, we have colour schemes for each person. Now I'll show you what we do. Basically, I want 2 wool. I want to turn the wool into black wool, like so. I'll craft the thing using the black wool. That will make a ender tank with 3 black dots on top of it. And then I want to change the first dot, because the first dot in our servers are personal colour, and in my case it's the cactus green. There we go, cactus green. Right, okay, so let's put this together. We need those up there. We need to split the blaze rods like that, split that like that, and have that like that. There we go. So blaze rods in the 4 corners, obsidian, black wool, 2 cauldrons, and the ender pearls. We can make 2 ender tanks, both colour coded, triple black. What I'm going to do to make them belong to me and have my colour code system, I'm going to colour code the first ones green. So it's green, and then black, which is my oil. Black oil. Makes sense. And I can pick these up, which takes a little while because they're ender tanks and they're tough as nails. And that is my transport system between the oil or the oil well or oil pools, depending on what I find, to here. Okay, so that's that. Now the next thing I need to think about is how I'm going to pump the oil, because I need to pump the oil into the tank. So essentially I need to make a pump. And you make one of those by first making an iron pickaxe. Then you need a gear, which needs to be a iron gear. Iron gear. Oh, stone gear. Then iron gear. Sorry, iron gear. Like so. Then it's I think it's gear, pickaxe, redstone, iron. Gives you a mining well. Then you need 8 glass to make a tank. Then it's the mining well with a tank above it. Gives you a pump. So there we go. That's my system for pumping the oil up. I need to power that as well. Luckily these are nice and easy to power. All you need is a couple of redstone engines, which are just... Oh, I need to make pistons first. No, actually that's right. Piston is that. Classic pistons. I need pistons. I need glass. A couple of gears. That's wooden gears. I'm going to need to make more wooden gears. But basically it's just that with wood. Gives you a redstone engine. So wood, glass, piston and 2 wooden gears. And I need more wood to make gears. 2 more gears. 1, 2, boom, boom. Glass. Oops. And wood. Redstone engine. So there we go. Got my pump, redstone engines to power it, ender tanks to transport between the 2 places, and then all I've got to work on then is I need a tank at this end. A decent, well, not a huge tank, I need to see a small tank, something I can store the oil in. I mean, I could just pump it directly into a refinery, but anyway, I'll have to sort that out. But unfortunately, I haven't got time to do that this episode, so I'm going to have to leave it there. Next episode, I'll get my oil set up so that I can pump it here. I'll get a tank set up for the oil to go into. I'll set up a refinery, and I'll then start pumping fuel to my engines instead of having to use buckets. But that's all for next time. Thank you for watching. Give me a like if you liked the episode. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more, and leave any comments. I love to see any and read them through. Always respond if I can, and I definitely have a look through when I can. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you around. Bye.